If you're like most ethical coaches, freelancers, and service providers, you attract smart, amazing clients, and you deliver the results your sales pitch promised, which is why most of your clients hire you again or keep you on retainer, because you get results. But if your clients aren't sending you a steady stream of referrals or gushing about you on social media or tagging you every time someone asks for a recommendation, there's friction in your client experience. And trust me, I know most of you are probably thinking, not my client experience. I'll put thought and effort into making that smooth. For you, as the expert who knows everything works out in the end, and who tried to make this process as easy as possible, it's probably hard for you to imagine where your clients are feeling friction. So let's look at it together.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Shortest CX podcast by Molly, founder of Fern CX and CRM.
First, a new prospect finds you and applies to work with you, whether that's booking a call on your sales call calendar or filling out a form or just DMing you, however it goes. You chat with them and you agree to work with them and they're thrilled. They can't wait to get started. Their info is in your CRM from when they applied to work with you, so all you have to do is click go on your automation that sends them the contract to sign. As soon as the contract is signed, your automations send the invoice. And as soon as the invoice is paid, your automations send an email with your welcome packet, intake form, link to book their sessions, or whatever you start with. That's the bare minimum every business should have in place. If your process isn't this smooth yet, message me immediately. We'll take care of it this week. Because if a client has to wait for the next time you're in front of your computer to take any next step, full stop, that's the problem. But for everyone else, assuming you have the basics in place, you're probably feeling pretty confident about your onboarding experience. And the idea that it's full of friction points after this smooth beginning is probably something you haven't considered before. Hard truth, if your existing clients aren't regularly referring you, it's because they don't want to be the person who recommended that friction. Sure, you deliver in the end, but they don't want their friends, peers, or other thought leaders to suffer through waiting for those results before wondering why they listened to your client's advice to hire you. In the end, it doesn't matter how easy you think the process is. You didn't just open your bank account and drop a hefty investment before seeing results. A lot happens in your client's mind and nervous system between the moment they submit their payment and the moment they feel their first sign of relief as a result of hiring you. During this time, things start to feel harder than usual. Things start to feel like they're taking longer than expected. So let's look at how some of this plays out in your onboarding process. Maybe your intake form felt hard to complete in one sitting, and they don't like feeling that frustration after paying you to give them relief. Maybe the questions you ask cause too much back and forth later on to clear up some misunderstanding. Maybe you provided videos on how to use your client portal and track the progress of their projects. But watching and learning feels like it takes all the time and effort they were hoping to save by hiring you. Maybe they struggled during that time between when they paid the invoice and getting on that first coaching call with you. And a little part of them blames you for making them wait. And it doesn't matter if they didn't even wait a long time. Just the fact that they struggled during that time can create friction. You didn't have something in place for them while they struggled, while they waited. Maybe they were nervous about investing as much as they did before knowing how it would turn out. And the time it took between paying the invoice and seeing the results was scary and painful. Not that they'd ever admit that to you, of course. All of these friction points are fixable when you know how to look at your client experience through the eyes of a client instead of the expert who already knows that everything turns out well in the end. After a decade of building sales funnels that don't stop after the sale, I know where buyers get stuck. I know the signs and what to look for. And I know how to turn friction points into feel-good moments. If you want to watch and learn, hit the follow button to be notified when we post the next episode or head over to our blog. If you want to optimize your post-sale client experience to boost referrals, book a one-on-one CX starter kit session with me and we'll start right away. I'll put the links in the description, or you can just pop over to ferncx.com and explore on your own. In the next episode, we're going to take a close look at the number one most common friction point we see almost every business doing. And it's the kind of thing that buyers tolerated between 2010 and 2020, but it's hurting your business in this new economy where buyers are less trusting and more selective with their purchase decisions.